So we've talked about cars, money, watches and assets. We've talked about crypto, and all of this goes round to me thinking there's one way that trumps all of them, that you've made money. And it's also how I've made a few £100 million in sales, and that is through speaking, through your voice, your energy, your personality that you articulate in such a way that you can move hearts and minds and create a movement and get people to change and pay you for that change.
I agree with you.
A transfer of energy from where they were to where they want to go. And inspiring them to see a better future. And when people can see a better future in themselves, they'll pay the person who can take them there.
Yeah.
And that's made you, maybe that's made you the billionaire.
Yes, you're right, it has. But I would argue that it's struggle that made me a billionaire, because it's struggle that taught me the lessons. And then I learned to articulate the lessons in a way people can understand.
So that's the vehicle.
Yeah, struggle's always been the vehicle for man.
Right.
If you
or is the struggle the engine?
Yes. You know what's a perfect example? If you watch any, I've noticed this, it's an observation of mine. If you watch any superhero movie, bad things happen to him. Then he becomes a superhero. Every time. Batman's parents died, he gets to become a superhero. So I think that's pretty obvious in the masculine frame. Bad things have to happen to you for you to become a superhero.
But then bad things have to happen, but that breaks most people, and you have to figure out how to turn that into good.
Correct, absolutely. And that's also why you have to be hard on yourself, but that's also why you need to see bad things as a blessing, because they're the building blocks to make you the man you want to be. When people say to me, this bad thing happened to me, I say, good. That's my instant response. This girl left me, good. I lost all my money, good. What do you mean good? Good. This is your chance to take all of that negative emotion, all of those building blocks, and turn yourself into a man that prevents these bad things happening to them ever again. Now, of course, you have to have the agency to do that. You're right. If you're going to be broken by it, then you're going to fail. But bad things are certainly a blessing. I believe that's how God teaches. I would actually argue that men only learn through pain. I think we only learn that way. I don't think men know how to learn the easy way. I can speak for myself. How many times, men are pretty simple. We'll cheat on our girl and almost lose her, and we'll cheat on our girl and almost lose her, and we'll cheat on our girl and almost lose her, and we'll cheat on our girl and almost lose her, and then we'll cheat on our girl and she'll leave, and we'll be like, oh, we had our chances. We won't take them. This is how we are. We'll drive that car and almost crash 100 times. It's only after we plow it into a tree that we'll learn a lesson.
Do you know we have our board meetings, and whenever things are going well, we never really thrash it out. We only thrash it out when things are not going well that
Always,
way.
always,
Yeah.
always. That's how we are. We learn through pain and suffering, which is why God gives it to us, because God is here to teach us. God is like a father, and a father teaches you, I believe, through pain. If a dad wants to teach you how to ride a bike, he puts you on the bike, lets you fall off and get hurt, puts you back on the bike. Over and over and over until you can ride the bike. God does the same thing.
You don't get the lessons you want, you get the lessons you need.
Absolutely agree. So I believe that bad things happening to you are a fantastic thing. I believe you need to be strong enough to deal with them and then articulate them. I do find it amazing that a lot of people can't speak well. I find that truly amazing. If you don't have the ability to project your thoughts to other people, I don't know how you're going to be successful in life. The reason I refuse to learn another language is because I haven't learned English yet. There's words I don't know. And English is the most profitable language for me to know. So I'm going to learn English. If I want to spend time learning a language, I'll read the English dictionary. I'm not going to learn another language and start stuttering like a dummy. But there are people who've been speaking English their entire life and they can't even speak it. It's actually a pet peeve of mine. You know when you said earlier about being rich allows you to say no? I'm going to be very honest. I am the worst person to pitch to. I get people trying to pitch me for business and I'm the worst. Because if you're a vegan, no. If you turn up in a Prius or a Tesla, no. No, I'm nothing against Tesla. Don't ban me, Elon. But if somebody cannot project their ideas to me succinctly, I instantly just dislike them. Because maybe I have ADHD, maybe I'm too busy, I don't know what it is, but I don't have time for your ums and ahs. I don't have time for it. So if I'm sitting in a meeting and somebody goes, we're gonna start with, and this is how people speak. You're a full-grown man, and you can't finish a sentence without saying or ah in the only language you know. You've been speaking it for 40 years. It bothers me. It's a pet peeve of mine. It irks me. Occasionally, we make mistakes. Fine, whatever. But if you actually listened to most people speak, that's how most people communicate with the world. You wonder why you can't convince a girl to sleep with you? Your tits are nice. Dummy! You're a dummy! No wonder you can't make any money. You're an idiot. This is people. They're on their way through life. It bothers me. When people come to pitch me, if they say or ah too much in the first sentence, it's over. I'm like, sorry, sir. When you learn to talk English, when you learn to speak, I might give you another chance. Goodbye. So you're right. The ability to project the thoughts inside of your mind in a way that other people can digest and is also entertaining is massively a superpower. How do you develop that superpower? It's not through practice. People think it's practice. Practice doesn't make perfect because
you can practice a really bad habit and get really good at a really shit thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The person who ums and ahs at 48 has been practicing his whole life. He's practiced just fine.
He's great at that.
He's great. Feedback is what's important. You have to analyze. I'll give you an example. When I was playing chess as a kid, I would play chess for 2 hours a day training under my father. 1 hour would be play, 1 hour would be going back through the games and analyzing the games. I always enjoyed playing, but I hated analyzing. But it was the analysis that made me better. And I can prove that now because when I was 8 or 9, I think my rating was around 1500. Now, I've been playing Blitz. I play 3-minute chess online. For 20 years, ever since I was a child, and my rating is 1700. I've gotten no better in 20 years because I don't watch my games back, I don't analyze them, I don't look where I made mistakes, I just play. That's the problem. So when people speak, they just speak. They don't watch themselves back. I'm going to watch this podcast 10 times. And I'm going to identify every single time I stuttered or made a mistake or didn't use the word I should have used. And then people are going to ask me, how do I speak the way I speak? Why do my podcasts get the most views? Because I'm a professional. And if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it properly. That's why. Most people will do a podcast and they'll just sit there and they'll just talk shit and then they'll finish it and they'll go on with their brokey day and be a brokey.